What's up, my Super Saiyan Blues? AJ here. Hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you become Super Saiyan Blue and powerful just like me. And remember what I always tell you. Be kind to one another. Peace out, and I love you. What's up, my Super Saiyan Blues? How are y'all doing today? AJ here with another Dragon Ball Daima episode review. This is episode 8, known as Tamagami. And folks, this episode is amazing. Like I've been saying the last 2 episodes, we are now into the heart of Daima. We're back to original Dragon Ball and kind of some Z stuff in there with the fighting and stuff. The episode opens up with Goku at Tamagami 3, getting ready to fight. Tamagami 3 takes the challenge and they start fighting. From now on, I'm going to call him T3. So T3 throws his hammer at Goku. Goku jumps, lands on it, and rides it back. Both are dodging and parrying each other's moves. Nobody has landed a consequential blow at this point. Tamagami and Goku use their respective weapons to also block and parry. So you got Goku with his Niembo fighting against the hammer. The hammer is basically, folks, Mjolnir from, as he's basically Thor. Because he can throw the hammer and he can make it come back with his hand. It's pretty cool. Goku thinks it's cool. As the fight continues on, Goku eventually gets pinned by T3's hammer and switches to Super Saiyan. And when he switches to Super Saiyan, the fight has then become a different story, folks. T3 throws his hammer at Goku again. Goku this time hits it a couple times with a Niembo, breaks it in half. The hammer falls on the ground. Goku then lands on the ground, as it does Tamagami, as does T3. And Goku says, "Hey, get serious. I know you're stronger than this. This is boring. Come on with it." The fight ensues. As they're fighting, they're blocking, punching, talking shit to each other. T3's like, "Bro, you're not that strong." Goku's like, "I thought you were stronger than this." As Goku is pinned by the hammer and he blows it away, he gets into his Kamehameha form. His Kamehameha stance, fires his Kamehameha at T3, and it's the first time we've seen a Kamehameha in Daima, and it is beautiful. It is the way they have it drawn, the glow, the after effects, beautiful. T3, though, is not to be outdone, has his own little blast that comes from his hands. There's a little cylinder thing inside of his hands. Blast comes from. It becomes a beam struggle, but Goku's Super Saiyan 2 Kamehameha is too powerful and goes through. T3 fights off the Kamehameha. Goku then automatically transforms into Super Saiyan 2, punches T3 in the stomach. At this point, T3 is then now defeated, and he gives up. But he tells Goku he cannot have the Dragon Ball yet. There is a final battle to ensue. And this, folks, this part right here is where you see Toriyama's original Dragon Ball coming in with his humor here. T3 sits down and spawns 5 cups. And he puts the Dragon Ball under 1 cup and starts flipping them around and doing all this bullshit and stuff. Well, he throws it away. So he asks Goku, says, "Where's the ball?" And Goku's like, "You threw it away, it's over there. I saw it the whole time." So he ends up getting the Dragon Ball, right? After Goku wins, him and T3 have a mutual respect towards each other. At this point, Glorio gets a beep on his communicator. On the other side is Dr. Arinsu, which is Supreme Kai's sister, and says to Glorio what's going on. Glorio tells what happened, and she's excited about this. Folks, I think, my boys I've been talking with, Phoenix and Evan, have come up with their own theories. Evan thinks that Glorio is gonna, either be a double crosser or get double crossed. He thinks Dr. Arinsu is gonna be a double crosser. I don't know. I think Glorio is being used against his will, and he thinks he has an advantage over Dr. Arinsu because of Goku's strength and what he's showing so far. Because if you watch the battle, he's kind of taken aback of actually how strong Goku actually is. I don't know, it could be my head canon making that up. As that happens, they all get back in the ship. The town folk are going nuts because Goku beat the Dragon Ball carrier. News spreads throughout the 3rd Demon Realm. Goku and the gang get in the ship, take off. Scene comes to the castle. We see King Goma and Supreme Kai's brother watching basically a recap of the Majin Buu saga. And Goma says, "Hey, I think I recognize that person over there." And what it is Dr. Arensu grabbing a piece of Majin Buu. The next scene is we arrive at Dr. Arensu's lab. And in this lab, there is a character in front of a bowl or a cauldron mixing it up. Her name is Marba. Asks Marba how's it going. Marba says, "Let's see." Takes a sip of the glowing ooze. And she says the fragment of the Majin Buu might have brought the flavor. Dr. Ansu is making another Buu. The ones she made before, because she's done this before, the ones she's made before have been uncontrollable, so they had to kill them and not that strong. Dr. Arensu then lets Marba know that she knows that Marba created Majin Buu. They're talking about Bibbidi and Bobbidi also in there, talking about how Bibbidi and Bobbidi are not really great wizards and stuff. They're basically just chumps, like fake magicians and stuff. Majin Buu, that's why Majin Buu couldn't be controlled. They needed somebody like either Dr. Arensu or King Goma to control a Majin Buu. Next thing, we see Hibiscus in the game. King Kadon calls Hibiscus and tells him Goku beat Tamagami and to meet them at Warp. So they can go, because they're all going to the second demon realm now. Vegeta asks about the Dragon Balls. This is hilarious too right here, folks. Vegeta asks Hibiscus about the Dragon Balls. Hibiscus says, "I'm not talking to you because you're so arrogant." Vegeta gets pissed, like turns red in the face, and he goes, and then he calms down and he kindly asks Hibiscus to explain the Dragon Balls, and that's how it ends, folks. This episode has been one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball I've seen in a minute, of any Dragon Ball lately. You know, the fighting brought back remnants of Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z. The animation, the art style is beautiful. I'm happy that we're getting this, but it also makes me sad watching these last couple episodes, and then the Daima episodes themselves. Is that the creator of our series is no longer here to give us more. So there's always going to be a sense of what could be in the back of my head. But I tell you, this episode, Goku versus Tamagami 3, is pretty damn good. It was a good, after 3.5, 4 episodes of lore and world building and stuff, and then we had a couple little fights between then and there. This fight right here with Tamagami number 3 is probably one of the best fights of the series so far. Really shows that Tamagami is strong, but not as strong as Goku. And King Goma might have wasted a wish on wishing for Goku to be small, but leaving him with the same power levels because he's too strong for King Goma and them, what it looks like. But of course, we haven't seen Vegeta do anything yet. Haven't seen Vegeta go Super Saiyan, and we haven't seen any fusions. So we don't know what's going to happen any further than that. But right now, as of episode 8, one of the best fights, the Kamehameha scene, was probably one of the best Kamehamehas I've seen in a while. I am pleased with it. I hope we keep getting what we're getting. The show is beautifully animated and done perfect. And honestly, folks, I can't wait to hear what the English cast sounds like. I didn't get to go to the theater to see the first 5 episodes in the theater, but I've seen every episode with, subbed with Japanese, with English on the bottom. But I can't wait to actually hear the English cast do it. Maybe they'll do a good job. Maybe they won't. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything there. But I am happy with episode 8. Episode 9 will be titled Thieves. And from what I took from the trailer, they're going to steal the Dragon Ball Goku 1, and it's going to piss Goku off. That's what I'm thinking. So folks, that's all I've got for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And remember what I always tell you. Be kind to one another. Peace out. And I love y'all.